Okay, welcome everybody. This is our brand new summit called Success versus Burnout. I am your host, Katie Cannon, CEO of Gold Medal Coaching, where we help you to build an incredible health and fitness business online and offline. So I am interviewing our first expert speaker is the one and only Laloni Perkins, and she's called LP. So I wanted to introduce you as her full name because I know there would be a few questions of, oh, what does that actually stand for? So you may be watching this video and this interview series in our summit. If you might be brand new to the health and fitness world, you might be wanting to start your own business, but not quite sure how to. You might be an expert in this field yourself, or you may just love health and fitness and nutrition and just want to hear some incredible experts and hear their knowledge. So over the next 2 weeks, you're going to hear from 21 experts from different fields within the health and fitness world, sharing their experience all around our subject, success versus burnout. So, LP, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go. So LP is based in New York and I'm obviously based in London, and I'm not going to share too much about LP's incredible bio and her background because all of that is going to be posted below this video for you to have a read up on. So we're going to get straight in to asking LP some really cool questions. We've got 3 juicy questions to hear LP's story, and what I'd really recommend as you're watching this interview series over the next couple of weeks is have a pen and paper at the ready, or just have your phone at the ready, switch off notifications so you can be completely focused, and just if you hear anything, any light bulb moments, anything that I say or LP says and any of our incredible speakers, then just pop it down, because that's the best way to learn. If you wait till you've watched it all and then you make notes, literally, woo, forgot.
It's like,
no,
it's like brain overflow.
It literally just explodes. So one of the key things that LP is all about is bringing fitness and mental, combining them together. So very much linking with our subject of success versus burnout. Fitness comes with obviously working on your mental state just as much as it does working on your mental state going with your fitness routine. So one of my first questions, LP, is all about your journey from enjoying fitness to actually starting your business, because I know there's going to be lots of our listeners who are very much in that position. So share the love and share your inspiration of how you came to.
So I started with fitness, to be very, very honest, at 14. I started with karate. I started at school because, like I said, I'm socially awkward. I had no outlets. So the only time I was not socially awkward was when I was interacting with my peers in sports. Moving to high school, became a weightlifter. I weightlifted. But all of those things in the process of my working out, it helped me mentally. So as I got older, I fell off from working out. What happened? I burned out. I started going to school. I just dove right into school. I know how I knew I was burning out. There would be days where I could open a textbook and I would just fall right asleep into the textbook. Became a home health aide. You'd be surprised how many of the older population don't have the functions like the balancing and the cognitive skills to do A and B, and they rely on the services of an aide. So what I used to do with my clients was I would make them walk. I would literally work them out. Okay, I'm here with you for 6 hours. 2 hours out of this day, we're going to do something. It don't got to be 2 straight hours, but we're going to do something. So that initially got me into the feel like, I already know I don't want to do clerical work. I don't like sitting behind a desk. I like working behind a desk. I like working with people. I like fitness. Fitness is, and I literally, the way I had to think about it, because fitness, they don't tell you fitness is like one of those criteria under the health form. Like you wouldn't find it under health. Like you would find nurses, doctors, like different, but never fitness. So I really had to really start thinking about like, if I'm going to do this, can I really make a living? Can I really help people? How can I? So I was doing all of this thinking while I was obtaining my associate's degree. I went back for my bachelor's a year later. Guess what I majored in?
Fitness.
Exercise science. I did not know that existed. There was a brand new field, brand new in the school, everything. That course, those 4 years taught me time management. I already had it, but it taught it to me even more. It implemented being more efficient. It answered all the questions I needed to know about the fitness world and training people. And here goes the kicker. I had internships. Winter baby. I had internships. The first internship was at New York City Police Department, what we call 1PP Plaza. That was my worst internship ever. Why I say it was my worst internship? I felt burned out in a sense of I was trying to keep myself busy and entertained because there was nothing there to do but to do clerical work. So every chance I got, I would run from the clerical work because the clerical work made me feel burnt out. It wasn't no fun. It was just paper after paper after paper after paper. I wanted to interact with people. I wanted to figure out why this person's blood pressure was high. I want to figure out how can I help this person lower their blood pressure. I want to teach people how to have fun working out and not feel like working out is a job. Second internship, LIU Brooklyn, under the help of Olympic gold medalist Richard James. He is my mentor still to this day. Awesome guy.
Amazing.
I learned so much without him really saying so much. And people don't think that's possible. I met his supervisor, and his supervisor gave me the best advice that anyone, not even the teachers in school gave me. If you do not control your own schedule in this business, your clients will walk over you. Meaning, set up your work. You are your own business. You need to learn how to have a business life, a work life, not business, though that business work is hard. A business life, a personal life, and a me time life. Me time for yourself. You need that to recharge, no one nagging at you, just you sitting there with whether it's a tea and a book, a wine and movie, just you. And I didn't understand what she meant when she said it until I started working for Blink. I got to a point where I had at least.
And this was, sorry to interrupt, LP, and this was you working for, Blink is a big fitness corporation?
Blink is a fitness, yes. Blink is fairly new, probably like 6 years in now. The location that I started working at was just open probably 2 years from when I got hired. So I initially started Blink before I graduated. I didn't have my degree, so I ended up going to get a certification because I wanted to start. I didn't want to wait another 3 months. But I experienced my first burnout then. I had accumulated over between 30 to 40 clients. And I was seeing clients from 5 in the morning to about 10 in the morning. And then I would come back and then I would have clients from like 4 to 7. But I was burning myself out because in those time frames, there's 30-minute sessions or hour sessions. So there wasn't any time I was resting in between the gap because that's a lot of energy I'm consuming, a lot of workouts I'm doing with people. And I was tired.
Definitely. What I want you to do, LP, is because that's one of our questions coming on in a minute of your experience and talking about your experience with burnout. And a couple of questions will interject together. I just want to fast you forwards. I'm going to stop you there. We're going to come back to that middle
that sun is
of the
ridiculous.
sandwich, shall we say.
Okay.
We're going to come back to that in a minute. But tell us about the transition from, because the biggest thing that I've kind of taken down as I've been writing notes as we've been chatting, and this is a key part to really share with our audience of the biggest thing you've done is gone from taking your passion and what
turn it into a business,
and yet turn it into a business where so many people struggle to ever make that leap. Like me
being fired,
media,
me being fired.
yeah. And that was your light bulb moment.
I got fired because I initially went to Blink as a learning tool.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Blink with the intent of learning how their system works, learning their pricing, learning what people respond to better as far as marketing, what systems would work, how I wanted to know a lot of computer stuff, and do I have the tools to have something similar, or what would be my method of my own bookkeeping, the rules and the politics and the bullshit behind, excuse my language,
okay.
the rules and the politics behind running a business in a sense. That's why I went to Blink.
Mm-hmm.
I knew my time was coming up, but when I got fired for something petty, and that instead of getting angry,
mm-hmm.
I was like, well, I already had a plan to do this. I already was taking notes to do this. What more am I waiting for?
Mm-hmm.
What better time? What else do I have to lose? I have nothing else to lose. It was just me being in my own way and me being afraid to take that leap. But life is about chances. You only could do one thing, succeed or fail.
Mm-hmm.
You fail. I have a thing on my wall that I wrote. Failure doesn't mean you fail. It means you have a second chance to rock.
I like it. And you know what? The amount of times when I look back at building businesses over the last 12 years, and as a gymnast, I've fallen on my face hundreds of times, and you can't fail. You can't win and you can't succeed until you failed.
Exactly. You have to win some to lose some. I don't know if anyone's ever noticed in my pictures, I have a Hello Kitty on my arm. You can't really see it, but I'll take a picture for you.
Yeah.
Basically, my Hello Kitty has a black eye.
Okay.
Purposely. Has a belt, but it has a black eye. Meaning, I'm not afraid to take some hits, but I'm going to come up winning. Exactly. No matter how many times I fall, take some hits, I'm coming up winning.
And a lot of people from coaching so many people in the fitness world to start their own businesses, and when I'm chatting to all our amazing experts, everybody sort of says the same thing. There's like an underlying thread of, I see a lot of people who are scared to ever take the leap in case you fail. Like, what if I lose money? What if I lose my time? What if I waste my time? What if I make a fool of myself? What if? And I say, like, sounds harsh, but what if you walk out on the road and get run over? You know, there's always a what if. You have to, and the biggest thing I always say to people, do a pros and cons list.
A pros and cons.
What are the pros? What are the cons? And then work it out from there. So
I also like to do the pros and cons, and because I ask a lot of questions, mm-hmm. I want to have my who, what, when, and why in place. Yep. I want to and the crazy thing is, you'll be surprised once you start filling that out, another question pops in, and you need to know that answer because I feel like once you have all your information, you should not be as scared. And I always tell myself, I tell my clients as well, move out of your own way.
Mm-hmm. I like that one. So I'm just writing key points down, because after our interview, and our chat, I share the key elements and the key highlights. So move out of your own way. So
I'm guilty at that too. I don't try to be perfect, because no one needs perfect. People need people that are relatable. So coming off relatable and letting people understand, I failed too. I'm like, you know what? I failed to the point where I had to retake a whole semester. Mm-hmm. But guess what? I walked across the stage. I didn't think I was going to do it.
Yeah.
But I did it.
You did it. Exactly.
I didn't think I was going to start the new year off as an LLC. Mm-hmm. But I did. Mm-hmm. Baby girl.
Is that your doggy?
Come here, Winter. Come say hi.
I can hear squeaking in the background.
She has a beer bottle.
So let me move on to our next question. Oh, sweet. Look. So let me move on to, obviously you've shared your journey with us from enjoying your fitness to actually taking the leap and being brave enough, shining in your light, stepping into your power, as it were, and to get out your own way and to actually begin your business. So going back to our subject on success versus burnout, obviously you touched on that. And one of the things that you sent me, LP, when I asked for you of the key subjects that you'd love to share with our audience, and I said, when you hear burnout, what do you think? And obviously the first thing you said is, when you hear burnout, you think, obviously, work out till you've got nothing left. So now that you are in business, how would you say burnout in exercise and burnout in business, what is the difference?
Well, because my business is exercising, they kind of go hand in hand. But to avoid burnout for sure, coming from Blink and knowing how, stuff is scheduled, I try not to burn out in a sense of booking any more than 3 clients a day.
Okay.
So I'll make an exception, it depending on what day of the week it falls on, but nothing more than 3 a day. Still being able to have time for myself to work out for myself, because I need that I need to work out for my own clarity, for my own mental clarity.
Yeah.
And then it's a matter, like, I know us as women, we tend to take on the world. So it's like it's like finding time to still do the things we enjoy. For me, it's defying gravity, like my yoga, my headstands, knowing that I'm strong, like maintaining what keeps me happy, my arts and crafts, spending time with the dogs. It's certain things in life, you if you don't pay attention to it, you watch it slip away. And I don't ever want to come off like that person that always works and forgets about home. And I always vow to myself, whether I worked for somebody or worked for myself, I will always make a balance for professional, personal, and me.
So your key advice would be balance no more than 3 clients a day.
I balance no more than 3 a day, because I can't, for me, after a certain time, I know after 6:00 p.m., I'm good to no one when it comes to training. I know that.
Yeah.
I know that. I can, if I make that exception, is because 95% of the time I'm starting my day at 7 in the morning instead of 5:30 in the morning. So time management is a very big key as far as burning out. You have to understand how to manage your time, give yourself enough. And a big problem with being a personal trainer, we forget to eat. We forget to eat. We will drink water, Gatorade, tea, but we forget to stop and have those solid foods to coat our stomachs. Could you relax?
Absolutely. And do you know what, LP? When back in the day, before I started my gyms and before I started my online business, I was a PT, and I 100% hear everything that you're saying with time management. Because I remember you sometimes would be like, if someone would ask and you like, they're like, can you've got your schedule planned, for example, and someone asked for 3 p.m. and 3 p.m. is not on your schedule, or someone asked for some weird old time like 9 p.m. and you've been working from, like you said, 7 a.m. because you've done the early shift before people go to work. And that is so detrimental, because so many times I would be like, yep, I'll be there. And before you know it, you're working all these crazy hours. And that balance is gone. And I think so many times in the fitness industry, for some reason, I think because the hours are not solid, like 9 to 5.
It's not that also because it's in hustle. In this world, it is in hustle. So it's like, okay, well, I didn't make my personal quota of having this amount of clients, and this one popped up, so let me fill it in. But like, that's why I said it's okay to make certain exceptions, but don't make the exceptions an habit.
Because if you make yourself so available, people will take advantage of that availability.
Right. So when I come to my scheduling, I've given myself Fridays and Sundays off.
Mm-hmm.
Now, absolutely no hands down, I am not taking any sessions on Sunday. Not happening.
Yeah.
I will, however, make the exception for anyone to reschedule a session on a Friday. Now, everyone, what I tend to do is when I book people, I try to also get their idea of what a secondary date would be for them. That way, if they can't stick to their original date, I have their plan B date, and it's not outside of my scheduling. It's not outside of their scheduling. I'm not overbooking. So that's how I've managed to have my balance. I've always have a plan B, and then I also kind of interact where I have like some of my clients meet each other at different times. That way, if I needed to book them together, it's not a problem, and they can work well together. I kind of almost like build a fitness community. Like the Blink had this slogan last year or the year before, "We fit together." Basically, they were basically trying to build a community of like workout buddies or just interaction. So I actually was doing that before they came up with that slogan within Blink itself, because I found that people interact more when they have a buddy, or when I decide, okay, I'm gonna take, because I have to wear, when I had worked in Blink, I had to wear a blue shirt. So anytime they would see me not in a blue shirt, but they see me in a Blink, something that was Blink related, like a black shirt or something, they knew I was about to work out with them.
Yeah.
Because you have certain clients that you knew they couldn't work out. So here how I used to avoid my burnout on my personal side. If I knew the person, I was working out with the person, 95% of the time the person was also on my workout level or close to. So the workout they were doing, it was initially part of the workout I was doing. So I kind of integrated into two. That way it's a 2-for-1. They get in their session, I'm getting my workout.
And you're getting yours. And that is great. That is cool. So let's moving on to our last question, LP. I want to take you back to when you were sharing about feeling burnt out at Blink, and share with our audience, share with them your experience with burnout. So what did you actually feel that it felt like? Because I think so many times, myself included, sometimes you don't know if you're burnt out. Especially, I've got 2 young children, and if you've got a young family, sometimes you don't know if you're just tired or you're not sure of you can't quite put your finger on it, what burnt out feels. So in kind of a bit of a nutshell, LP, tell us in a couple of sentences like what burnt out
first one, fatigue. First one, fatigue. That's definitely it. You could probably understand this more. You ever felt like you were undercaloried? Like you did so much work, but you did not accumulate the added amount of calories you needed to withstand what you're doing.
Yep.
You're burned out. Your body doesn't have anything else to give but the bare minimum. All you want to do is sleep. You just want to recharge. That's basically what you just literally want to recharge. You don't want to deal with no one for the day. You don't want to see nobody. I've experienced headaches in mines when I get burned out. My body. So if I'm used to lifting like 135 pounds on a chest press, when you're burned out, that feels like a ton.
Yeah.
That when I say a ton, is like your body is just like, look, woman, please just let me sleep. So those are when I got good enough to the point where I felt it coming, and I would take my vacations right around the time.
Yeah.
To give myself that recharge.
So regular, and how many would you have a year, would you say, to avoid that when you could feel that coming?
So I knowing me, my burnout was coming around the holiday time. Because you want to answer the demand of people for the New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
And that demand stays high till about February, March.
Yeah.
Then you got the demand for the summer bodies. So you got New Year's resolution about 3 months, right behind that, summer bodies. So the foot traffic was going. So by September, October, that's when it starts to die down.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, November's coming. Let me start planning my vacation.
Mm.
So somewhere between November, December, I plan my vacation. Sometimes I'll even take it when the school year starts.
Yeah.
Because I already know that schedules are about to change. Parents are going to need outlets because between work and school, they're going to need a workout outlet. So at that point, okay, I'm not going to see any of my clients for 3 weeks. That gives me a chance to catch up on my personal workout, my yoga, my Zen, my sleep, my food.
And how long do you take? 3 weeks or 2?
About 2 to 3 weeks.
2-3 weeks.
Like being in the own business, you have a little bit more flexibility because it's like, okay, I'm just not taking nobody this week. I'm not taking any schedules. But now having your own business and making that plan, you have to, okay, I'm taking this sacrifice, I'm taking this loss. I'm not having an income this week because I'm taking this time for myself. And you have to be okay with that.
And especially when you're self-employed.
Yes, you have to be okay.
If you stop working, you're not getting paid. So it's really super important to manage your time, to know that you're going to be super busy during these points, and then that is your time to relax. That is your time to enjoy it, not to feel guilty as well. That
another thing people can do in a sense of, if they want to take a time, pay attention to when you have a higher flex of clients.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah.
So I know that my high flex of clients are Thursdays and Saturdays. So if I'm going to take any other time off, let it be Saturday afternoon after I'm done into Monday, or take the time before. Because if you already know that if I make more money on a Saturday,
yeah,
and that's because I have 3 to 4 clients, but Tuesday through Wednesday, I probably just have 1 client. I can easily do 1 or 2 things. Reschedule them for the following week, or see if they're able to move to my busy day. That way I can have more time to relax.
Yeah, that's a good tip, to batch people together when you need to, but not as a consistent.
Right.
Amazing.
Because if, like, at one point I was worried about, okay, I'm going to take this time off, but I'm going to lose money. But I'm like, not necessarily. If I can group people together, if I know that, okay, my Saturdays is my money-making day. Okay, let's make it a workout party. Come on, let's get everybody together.
Let's work out the whole day, and then we can take a week off.
Like, I've come up with ways to make workouts fun. You ever heard of the game? I hope no one steals my idea, though. You ever heard of the game Never Have I Ever?
Yeah, I've definitely heard of that game. Not in a fitness format, though.
I came up with an idea to make it in a fitness format.
Cool. Well, maybe you could share that in your free gift in a bit within your virtual workout, so you could pop that in there.
Like, it needs to work with at least 3 to 4 people. So even if it was a virtual group, even if it's virtual in person, I kind of want to get it. Like, it's the point where I typed up the rules and everything. Like, I literally had a whole thought about it.
Amazing. But do you know what? Especially after lockdown and everything we've all experienced this year, coming up with different ideas for virtual and just different ideas in general, so you don't stagnate, is super, super, super important.
It is super important. It keeps you, and I like to have the virtual that includes everybody. So, like, say you have 2 kids at home, right? Now, if I see the kids running around the back, I'm like, hey, let's go. Come do some push-ups with mommy. Stop running around.
Stop wasting time out there. Just bring it in. So So yeah, so that's amazing, LP. So just to recap, obviously we talked
Nova.
about your journey from fitness to business. I think your dog's had enough of you doing your interview now. So
No, they heard at this time other doggies are going out. They went out before the
he
rest of the
knows the
doggies.
time. He knows the time. Obviously talking about your journey from fitness to business, explaining your experience with burnt out and how different, you know, being burnt out from a fitness point of view and a personal level to what it feels like when running your business as well. So just to kind of, as we wrap up, LP, share your free gift that you have with our audience. If they want to get in touch with you, tell them how to get in touch with you. Below this video, you're going to have a link of how to access LP's free gift for you. But if you can just take a minute to just talk them through that a little bit more, LP, that would be fantastic.
Thank you. So I'm
burnout
in the fitness as a business owner. Surprisingly, I haven't reached it just yet because I've took all my tools from school and working at Blink to continue striving. Being a brand new business owner is hard. I have my daily struggles and I'm not trying to lose my positivity. And I would interest everyone to come do a virtual session with me, whether you're in your gym, you're at home, you can have a virtual trainer. If you're in the gym and you just need guidance, pick up the phone, Skype me, Zoom me. I'm going to leave you guys with a code. You guys can obtain a free virtual session. I like to call this the consultation of Never Too Late with Leon or LP, whichever you want to do.
Amazing. And do you know what? I just want to pick up on something you said at the beginning there. Nothing to do with the free gift, which is amazing. I think I'm definitely going to, after lockdown, you all need new, fresh inspiration, fresh ideas.
I even have a little setup that I was trying to do. 20 minutes. Literally 20 minutes. If that's all you have to give to yourself and you still want to work out, I have a whole 20-minute segment workouts in line. For straight core, full body, little stretching. I have 20 minutes, different segments depending on how stressful your day was. If you only could spend 20 minutes with me or it takes 20 minutes for your meals to cook, no problem. I got you in 20 minutes.
Amazing. Well, as a mum, I often have 15 or 20 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. So that's good. So I just wanted to touch on something you said just a minute ago you said the stage you're at your business, you're brand new to starting your business. And you have your challenges, you have your highs, your lows, your good days, your bad days. And I just wanted to share with everybody, no matter what stage of your business, whether you are 1 day, 1 week into your business, or you're 20 years down the line, what feels hard today will not feel hard in your business this time next year. And you're always going to have challenges. So I always say I'm 12 years in to being an entrepreneur. And yes, absolutely, when I look back at decisions from 12 years ago, or I look back at things I did or things that were challenging, it's not challenging now, but you're dealing with different things. So always think, no matter what stage you're at, you're always facing a new challenge. You're always learning, you're always growing, because if you're not, you're going the other way, which is stagnating. And then that is a dangerous field to play in.
I took a picture of myself the other day and I looked at it, I was like, I don't recognize you, but I'm okay with that because I see the growth.
Yeah.
If you would have asked me, because in college, my teacher had us make a 5-year plan. But this 5-year plan included the classes that we needed to take, the different things that we needed to do outside of school to get where we wanted to go within the field that we were going.
Yeah.
And if you asked me 5 years ago in that plan, did I see myself as an LLC as I started 2020? I would have told you no.
Yeah.
I would have definitely told you no.
And a plan is so good, but it needs to be flexible as well. I think that's
my problem, like I told my therapist, I'm a plan-oriented person. Like I make a plan and I try to, and when I tell you I stick to it, like I've completed my 5-year plans and I did not make a new plan. I didn't make a new 5-year plan because I know I'm obsessed with it. To avoid being obsessed with it, I just have to go with the flow. So going with the flow is something new for me because I literally will, no, this plan has to go this way. This is what I need. So that's how obsessed. And I realized if I continue to go on that path, I will burn myself up because I'm going to be focused on trying to achieve things down to the dollar and not giving that wiggle room.
Absolutely. And it's really good to have that plan, but to have a 20% wiggle room. Otherwise, you will drive yourself nuts. If you're literally like looking at your pad like, nope, doesn't stick with my plan. No, not doing that, doesn't stick with the plan. Didn't write it down, not on the plan. You know, you will literally drive. You have to have clear focus on what you want to achieve, because being an entrepreneur, and that absolutely touches on burnout as well. When you're like, I've got an idea. Oh my gosh, it's going to take over the world. I've got an idea. Before you know, you've got 100 ideas not working. So it's having them ideas, being flexible with your plan, keeping focused, but at the same time, allowing extra opportunities that can help you achieve that goal that you've got to come into your world. So LP, thank you so much. I could talk to you all day. As I say, our 45-minute time, so it's never enough. So thank you so much.
Hello, never too late.
Exactly. So thank you so much for everybody for tuning in and watching. As I said, below this video is access to LP's free gift for you. So absolutely get your hands on that ASAP. Short bio if you want to hear more about LP and what she does and her background and her business now. Any comments, any aha moments, any comments of things that have really like inspired you, or you think, oh my God, that's a really good idea, pop it in the comments, drop us an email, because we'd absolutely love to hear what your takeaways are, and what you're going to action, most importantly, in moving forward. So LP, thank you so much for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure connecting with you and hearing more all about your journey. And keep tuned, because we have another video within today, so don't go too far, coming up for you, all about hearing another expert. So I'm not going to say their names. So I'm going to it'd be a big surprise of someone who's completely different to LP and has a completely different experience. So stay tuned and have an awesome day. Take care. Bye.